Again, welcome to the Assumption Community Center for this government agency briefing that we're about to hold. First of all, Mr. Trish did just text me. He is still on the way. He had a meeting in New Orleans today and is running a little late. He was hoping to be here to get started, but he should be here sometime while we're conducting this meeting. We have several presenters today. We're going to have presenters to go over the most recent activity from the government agency side to the incident that continues on in Bayou Corn. The three presenters are DOTD, DQ, as well as DNR update. Just to get started, and I did not put together a PowerPoint presentation for myself. I'll allow the presentations by the state agencies, but just to get started, I'll reiterate the objective that was set up early on in the event. Recently after the sinkhole, I developed three objectives. Those three objectives remain the same. Those three objectives are any void spaces underneath the sinkhole, or any void space that could create a new sinkhole, the stability of the western edge of the salt dome, as well as the shallow gas. Those are the three objectives that were set early on in the event, and those objectives remain the same. So we continue each day working with the different government agencies, as well as communicating with Texas Brine daily to get progress reports and updates on their activities as the responsible party in this incident. We have unified command group meetings twice a week, pending there's no holiday. We post those situational summaries as each meeting develops. Try to keep everyone up to date of what the activities that Texas Brine is trying to accomplish in the situational period, as well as the government agencies in that situational period. So we've done our best to try to keep everyone up to date of the activities that continue to transpire there in Bayou Corn. So with that, we have several government agencies here. We're going to try to get through the slide presentations first, and then once we get through that, we'll go through the question and answer, and we have many of the government agencies here to help try to answer some of those questions. So our first presenter for today is going to be DOTD, and let's go.
Thank you, John. Thank you all for having me here today. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I have a pretty quick overview of what DOTD has been doing on the roadways in this area with respect to sinkhole operation. As far as the status, we are continuing to our daily monitoring of all the roads and bridges. We actually started even more focus on LA 69 up from LA 70, and we had been continuing with the visual inspections, and now we're going to actually expand that to profile in that section up from LA 70 toward the north. In addition, we have also established a fifth core site, or working to establish a fifth core site near the Bayou Corn community. If you look on this map up here, we have the four sites that are already established currently, and the additional site would be established just to the north of LA 70 and just to the west of the community. It would be somewhere in this area. And if the exact location hadn't been established, it would be in this area. So that would be the only one that would be established north, on the north side of LA 70. An update on the detour route. That detour route, if you remember, when we first started looking at the detour route, which is the immediate a bypass route to be able to, in case that there was a need, in case we had a problem and we need to work quickly. The detour route, we looked at 2 routes that went just to the north of LA 70, and the route that was selected is the more northern route. And the environmental assessment for that alignment will be completed in May, and we will have the public hearing in June for that short-term solution, of which that would be the route shown up there. As you're aware, we've been discussing also a bypass route, which would be more of a long-term solution. The feasibility study was completed, and we met and we received some feedback from the residents and from the local officials. And a lot of the feedback that we got was that we wanted to look at a more localized bypass route, a route that would connect directly to LA 70, say 1.5 miles to the west of LA 69, and then go around and come back to about another 1.5 miles on the other side. So right now we're currently looking at those alternatives, to be able to bring that route from the north further to the south, and a more localized connection, a route that would connect to LA 70, go up and over and connect back to LA 70. So we're presently looking at those options with the consultant, and we're going to present a new alignment. We're going to show that alignment at a public meeting in May, to where you can have comment and we can get some more feedback on that. And that bypass route would be the long-term solution in case, the more permanent route to go around the sinkhole area. And that's all I have for our update at DOTD. If you had any questions, I'd try to answer. Yes, sir.
Your long-term route, where is, if it's going to start off on LA 70 and loop around and come back and hit 70 again, are you bypassing the dome completely? Or if you just bypassing the sinkhole areas? Because what happens if something happens on the dome somewhere else?
From the estimated locations that I've seen, it predominantly went around the dome, and you'll be able to see it whenever we come back in May and have some feedback on it. But it was further to the north and went more around the outer contours, at least, of that dome. So we'll be able to show those to you at that time. Yes, sir.
The 5th core site you said y'all was going to establish, what is that? Elevation, benchmark?
That is the ground monitoring sites where right now we have them established along LA 70.
What is it monitoring?
It monitors any displacement or movement, and those are predominantly.
Subsidence?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that would be an additional one that we would put on the north side of LA 70.
So did it show any subsidence in the other 4 that y'all have up?
No, so far we have not encountered any issues with the other 4.
Any movement?
No, sir.
Let me just follow up with that. The follow-up was the 5th core station was established when the project was in conception, meaning when we first approached the state and the governor to have this put in to protect the highway. And the preliminary project did include the 5th, but they originally established just 4, so this was already in play when they purchased the equipment from the beginning. We just never installed, so now they can to the installment. This is not new equipment that because something happened that they put in. This was original with the project from the beginning that they now established in the 5th.
So why did it take so long to establish the 5th?
I don't think that it was the intent to not put it in. I think we thought we had it covered pretty well, and we did not want to just waste, just installing one just anywhere. We think now that putting it on that north side will allow us to get some more information, since we don't have any on that side, and plus, we'd have added benefit of having it, close to the community also, where we could get some, good out of having it at that location.
We've been talking about some signage issues since October of 2012. So I'm just kind of bewildering that, you decide to put it in now after all of the ORWs that have been put in, and all of the flaring, and then all of the dewatering and everything else. And, it would have been nice to establish that a long time ago.
Yes, sir. Well, we think we can get some good out of it, putting it at that location and hooking it up.
You said nothing has changed. How far are you looking back? A week, a month, a year, what? How far are you looking back?
Since we installed the monitors.
So just
Yes,
a
sir.
couple months.
Yes, sir.
So you're not looking back and how
No,
long
they've
it's
been
been
in-
inside, like 5 years ago, how long it's been?
Oh. It's been more than